Only have 2 pieces of bacon left. These are my videos and I'll do what I want. I think I'm gonna feed Ashley's little pet in her car. Oh shit, somebody better call PETA.
So I wasn't gonna do it because it's Sunday and it's crappy and rainy out. But Johnny's is open on Sunday from noon to 4. It's 11:40. I don't have anything else to do, so I might as well go. Need to get me a dipstick. He knows what's cooking, don't you? Yeah. He wants the bacon. Yes.
Let's stick him with your dipstick, Jimmy!
So we are off to Johnny's U-Port. You guys seem to like those videos. I haven't been to Johnny's in a while. I like going to Johnny's. I only need a couple small things and it's a long trip, but I don't have anything else to do today. So, and they're open for another 3 hours yet. The stuff I need is not going to take me long. I've already said it multiple times, but I need a dipstick for that transmission. And I want that, if you remember right, I just spliced that side marker light in on that Mercedes. I'd like to find, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Mercedes, it could be anything. I just need the wiring and the connector so that it's not a splice job. And I'd like to find a bulb socket that fits in that reflector a little better. And I don't have the old reflector, or I'd take it with me. I think I threw it in the trash already. So we're just gonna go up and see what we can find. Maybe I'll mix a little domestic with European engineering. Kind of wiring harness off of a Chevy or something. The side markers are a common, like, it's a common bulb, and the socket's common on a lot of cars. So I ought to be able to find something that'll work. I just went a cop flying up through town. I know he wasn't doing no 25 mile per hour, but we're gonna see what we can find up here, and maybe we'll just root around a little bit and see if they got any new cars in the yard, and see if they got anything good. I just like looking around. So stay tuned for this while I'm driving. Hope the camera's not too shaky. Just want to go over a couple things. I want to get a new camera. I'm going to order it here very shortly, and that, I'm not asking for you guys' opinion. I buy cheap shit. I like my cheaper cameras. I have this Sony Handycam with the flip screen, and I can flip it around this way. I really like this camera. I'm going to get the better version of this that accepts an external mic. My question is, does anybody know of a really good, cheaper microphone for cameras? I want one that's going to reduce wind noise, because that's where I have most problems. And I want one that's just going to pick up really good sound. Like, this picks up pretty good sound. I'm really impressed with the picture quality. For being $79 on eBay, this is not a bad deal. I'm using an action camera right now. This is the very first camera I used on any of my videos. It's a Thai T5E, which is a clone of like a GoPro Hero 4 or 5. I don't know. I've never owned a GoPro. I don't have the money for one, but I paid $115 for that one. It accepts all the GoPro mounts, and the sound quality is all right. The Sony's a little better, but I still like this camera. I would buy a second one, but when we go to the Arnold Classic, and I film there, I want something that's going to be good on sound and stuff. So I'm going to get a better camera with an external microphone. But you can use all that as write-offs for next year's YouTube revenue, I guess, so they don't take as much cash away from me. So we're going to do that. I also need to upgrade my computer. There's no signs of that coming up soon, but my editing needs to get a little better. My buddy Johnny, and I'm not going to promote his channel yet, But I talked my one buddy Johnny into starting his own YouTube channel. He's real big on Nissans. He has a couple 240s, and he's going to be doing some paint jobs and some work on them. He said he's working on a Civic today. He just got his camera Friday, so it'll be his very first upload on YouTube. I said, you get a couple videos on there, and I'll promote your channel. So we might collaborate on some videos too, because he lives like 2 blocks away from me. We don't really hang out a lot. I see him at the gym a lot. He's a power lifter, but we just, we kind of do our own thing. He hooked me up with the editing software. Now he's got Adobe Premiere, and that's what he's using to edit his videos. And I'm a little jealous I don't have that, but hopefully eventually I'll have it. But look for that here in the future, and give him some props once he gets better on his videos and gets some stuff out there.
So I sliced my finger when I was cutting that rubber seal off that plug on that Mercedes yesterday, and I was cutting it, and I ran the razor knife across my finger, and I put 2 separate cuts in it with one swipe. One across and then one down along the side of my fingernail. How do you do that? For everybody saying that I priced a Mercedes right and it was cheap, yes, it is cheap. I try to keep my prices down because people around my area don't want to spend a lot of money. Like, people are pretty cheap around here. And then on top of that, it's a Mercedes, and a lot of people don't want Mercedes around here. There's no dealerships around, and nobody knows how to work on them. I price them the way I feel is reasonable and what's right. If it's an R title, so I can't price it at retail value because people get offended and they say R titles are only worth half of what they're worth, what the retail. Well, I found otherwise, and according to what insurance companies base their prices on when you wreck them, they base them off of retail value. So I try to put them under book value, but I had to make a little bit of money on them. So 3,800 is what I felt was reasonable on it, and I guarantee you I'm still going to have multiple low offers about half that price, or people telling me that it's an R title, it's not near worth that. I just ignore them. You have to have really thick skin when you're dealing with R titles, because everybody is trying to knock you down because it's an R title. That means the frame's bad. No, it doesn't. If the first thing comes out of your mouth is it's an R title because the frame's bent or the airbag's deployed, then I'd pretty much just write you off at that point because you don't know what you're talking about. If you seen the cars when I bought them, you would fully understand. Just what I thought. This place is a muck. It's a slushy mess. The newest Nissan they have is a 2006. I don't think the dipstick's gonna work, but we'll take it out, look at it, measure it. If anything, if it's the right length, we can use it to measure and then put the plug back in that's in it. So let me show you. It's a mess. It's slushy. No. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking. Alright. I always have good amount of Subarus. Well, let's see what we can find today. I already found an Ultima. It's like at the beginning of the wad here. I'm getting soaked. And it's a 2.5S. I don't know that these had CVTs in these years. It's an automatic. That's a good deal. Hey, there's a seat. Oh. Alright. So, they cut the headers off. Oh, I probably had a cat. Probably what was going on there. Yes. This looks about right. Let's measure this puppy. That might work. It's only 20 inches long, if I remember right. And that's from the head of the thing, from the head of the plug down to the end is 20 inches. I don't think that's gonna work. Let me look it up online again.
I have no cell phone service to look it up.
So, I guess I'm just gonna look around at some cars and see what I come up with. I see a Maxima from here. It doesn't look too old. I know it doesn't have a CVT though. But, who knows? If I can find something that is the right length. I mean, if I can find something that is long enough, I can measure what is in the transmission now. So then whenever we put the fluid in, we can try to match that up. Look at this. It's deep as shit too. I'm standing on a tire. I gotta get up. Look at the lake running underneath this. Oh god. Okay, so I got an older Maxima with a 3.0 6-cylinder in it, and the dipstick is the same as that other Ultima, but it's a little bit longer, it appears. So I'm gonna measure this one and see where we're at. All right, so I think we're gonna take this one. I got from the very tip to the edge of this plug right here is 22.5 inches, which should be long enough for us to get a measurement on it. We can check it on what's in it now, and then whenever we drain it, put new fluid in, try to get the same level. This should work. It's better than trying to make one. And honestly, if it's long enough, this can be attached to the plug that's in there. The plug that's in there looks something like this and has a slot in the bottom of it for a dipstick to be in, but they removed it because Nissan was so gracious as to think, oh, nobody should service these but Nissan, which I think's bullshit. But you can put it up through, drill a small hole in it. You see how it's got a pin in it now? You can put a small nail or something through there to hold it in place, and then you got a dipstick. I don't know if I want to go through all the trouble to do that, but I might. So while I'm here looking at this Nissan, I might as well look and see what kind of bulb this side marker takes and see if that's what we need. I've already kind of embraced the fact that my feet are gonna be soaked after this. I hate wet feet. Look at this. RSX. It's nice. Hey, hold on a second here. Hey, Sean. Over in Nabori. Oh no. Rest in pieces.
Ha! Got him!
Look at this boat. Well, there's the anchor. Right there. I think that's the motor. Huh. The Subaru that I stole the fender and the side skirts off of is still here. Somebody took an intake manifold off, but it wasn't off this car. Huh. There's an Audi over here. I used to have one. I really like them. Not known to be very reliable, but I liked them. Oh, it's dirty. I want the side marker. Oh, you can't go into the fender. Son of a... It's not too bad inside, actually. I mean, yeah, it's kind of crusty. Never mind. Alright, so I also took a side marker light off of a Suzuki Aereo. Still looking. Oh, look. Another Mazda 3. Man, Sean, you could have a field day here. Let me see if I can get to the side marker light, because it's already kind of ripped out of place. Maybe? Can I get into that? Oh, no. Oh. I can reach in here. This fender's no good. Yeah. Trying to get this. I wonder if I can just. There we go. There we go. No, that light is part of the socket. That's not good. Oh, bingo. There's a newer Maxima. Not like brand new, but newer than the other ones I was looking at. I think that guy told me down there wasn't anything newer than an 06. Oh, well that's gonna be, oh, that's the dipstick. That's the dipstick I need. Cause that's the little doohickey. Oh shit, that is the exact one I need.
Oh, no, that's sticking with your dipstick!
So why did you hit me?
'Cause you were thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy!
I'm sorry, that was just exciting to me, because that's the exact dipstick I was looking for. So it's the right length and everything, according to the forums. And I might have found another light on a, I think this is another Suzuki. No, it's not right, it's angled. Snoop. Alright. Look at this. Look at this performance can. I wonder what that's off of. It can't be off this Maxima. Look at that thing. That's engine. Oh. Just chop it straight putty. Boom. Now it's gonna fall out. Performance can. Hell yeah. This is gonna fall out and hit me. Why would you even throw that? Sweet. What else we got back here? This old Honda. It runs and drives. I don't know if you guys knew this, but here everything is a standard price. Like motors, if I remember right, a 4-cylinder motor is 150 bucks. You pull it yourself. Yeah, a 6-cylinder I think is 200 and a V8's 250, and that's just across the field. Any engine, depending on how many cylinders there are. This Honda, oh, it runs and drives, but it could use some TLC. Thanks. Where else are you gonna get an old engine like this for a Honda? If you had a Honda like this, like that's. Oh shit! Look at this. There's a bunch of old hidden gems in here. Look at that. No key. Wonder if it ran. Got the motor in it? It had a heat box that ran off of the exhaust manifold, which deteriorated to shit. I wonder if that's what you run your heat off of. I don't know, I'm not familiar with these cars. There's another one you don't see much any day, or I don't even remember what they're called. It's an old Mazda. Wasn't it a Paseo or some shit? I think that's what it was called, a Paseo. Neat little car. Oh, an MX-3. What the hell was I thinking of? Man, that's a good, the body's in good shape on that thing too. Well, I need to go grab my tool bag before I forget about it and somebody steals it, because they do that shit here. It's still there. So a tire iron in that, you don't see too many of them here. Oh, it's a long field. If I see anything else cool, I'll video it. Oh, would you look at the majestic waterfall? It's so beautiful. It's so... Oh. It's so scenic here. They do have some Mercedes here, and I don't think any of them are younger than me. I think they're all older than me. They got some BMWs too. Here's one. Here's an old one. There's an old Mercedes. There's that WRX. Let's go check it out, see if there's any goodies on it. Smashed pretty good. Somebody already got that motor. 179,000 miles on it. Doesn't even say it ran. Somebody still stole the motor. Might have a good trans. Who knows? Oh man, look at that Accord. Look how fast it is. Oh my god. That thing's just eating the rice. There's an old Merc. Oh my. Well, there's a nice BMW. That looks real nice. Alright, let's keep looking. This would be a steal for somebody. Oh, Sean, did you lose your shoes? It's right by the Mazda. I figured it was, yeah. But this thing,
I mean, other than being smashed on this side and the windshield busted and stuff, yeah, the car has seen its days. The motor has 118,000 miles on it. And this is like one of the nicer cars I've seen that the motor's in it. So this would be a steal for somebody who needed a motor. 118,000 miles, you get that for 150 bucks. Hell yeah. Why not? And let me see what kind. Oh, it's an automatic trans. Still, that's pretty cool. You don't normally see cars that are this new that still have the motors in them. The carnage, but and all of this damage on this Lexus, I don't think the motor got hit. The oil filter got hit, but I don't think it got past the oil filter. So that's probably a good motor. Who knows? I'm blown away by the amount of good motors I'm seeing in cars. They must have restocked up here. There's a good 2.5 in that GTI, well, Golf, not GTI. I need to check his Civic. My dad has a Civic, same year as this. No, what? Hood stuck, no test. It looks like the hood's unstuck. This might be a good motor. There's a Altima. By the way, there's a lot of good parts on that Altima. Like, a lot. That headlight looks brand new. This one doesn't. Somebody already stole the fender. There's damage on this side. I don't like tan interiors, but that one's in decent shape. You want to see if this Civic has an engine in it. There's another Merc. Another Merc. Let's see. She's a little oily. Don't look bad. Wonder how many miles are on it. There. Good indicator. There's an oil sticker up here. It doesn't say on here anywhere. Oh, that is gonna hurt. 242,000 miles on it. Owie. There's some good hubs. Make them into spinners. This E320 says it runs and drives. I'm curious. Somebody didn't get in this already. I see shoe prints here in the snow. Oh, she is still in there. It's a 6-cylinder. That's what it looks like. I'm not familiar with any of these Mercedes, to tell you the truth. But it'd probably be a good engine for somebody if we needed one. There's a Subaru engine. There's a lot of engines up here. Why aren't people pulling these things? Man, you make bank. I ought to come up here and start pulling engines. There's a Sentra. What does it say? Engine's bad. Okay, the engine's bad. Transmission was good. There's a couple Maximas. I'm almost to the end of the yard. So let's just take a little bit more of a walk here. There's a Ford Jaguar. Nobody wants that. Nobody cares. There's a bunch of 3.0s up here. That one runs and drives, high mileage. There's a Civic. Somebody stole engine parts off of. There's a couple Civics there, run and drive. Starting to warm up. I'm starting to sweat. The Clips. Subaru. A burnt Altima. There's a Passat wagon. Oh, what did I just? There's a hood. There's a hood in this net right there, but wiped out. Oh, it's getting mushy up here. Sonata. Still have this really good condition and price up here. Oh, there's so many good parts on that thing. I think it looks all about the same up here. There's another Civic, high miles. I had to walk in the snow. I just got water down my boot and I don't like it. An XB. They're junk. They're slow. is just all get out, and there is no room in them for guys like me. We're back up here to the old cars again. I'm gonna set my bag down. There's nobody around. It's a Toyota Camry. Still have the Mazda station wagon. I can't say I've ever seen a Mazda 6 wagon on the road. Not that they're not reliable, just don't see them. The Tiburon, that has the 2.7. Yeah. Who knows if it runs? Here's the hood. Seat's gone. They did have really nice interior. Ooh, do you see that? It's got some nice cans on it. You see it? Man, new. Ooh, burnt tips. You got duals? Oh, they did a single exit. Oh. Gotta chop that off and put it on something else. Toyota Echo. Camry. And no. That's a Mazda 626. And a Volvo. And that'd be it. Got a couple old rust buckets here. Were probably really nice cars at one time. But I had a Tiburon just like this one. It was the GT V6. Mine was a special edition. It was a 6-speed manual. Wonder what this one is. It's a stick. Let's get in. Let's get in and give her some shifters. Give her some shifties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about that? And mine got wrecked. I wonder if this ain't it. I have no clue. I didn't have a single X exhaust. I had duals on it. There's a Tiburon headlight. I don't know. Yep, I have one just like that one. I tell you what, if they didn't have rust issues, which they all have rust issues, don't kid yourself. Oh. But if they didn't have rust issues, I like that car. The 6-speed was nice. I mean, it was a little stiff, the 6-speed was. But if you were going 60 mile an hour and you dropped it from 6th to 3rd and gunned it, boy, that thing would scream. And I had a cold air intake that came in, I can't even remember where it routed. Okay, it came across and went down in through this hole, and it was down in here, the freaking air filter, which I guarantee this one had one too, because I did this same shit. Put a heat shield in, made it like an air box. Huh. I'm gonna say this could have been mine, but there was probably a million of them out there, and I'm just being stupid. But that was exactly the way mine was. I know I keep saying this. God, I need a garage, but my plans are hopefully this summer, and when I get it built, I would love to get an engine out of one of these cars up here and rebuild it, or do a rebuild on an engine for a car that I get at Copart. If I find one that's in really good condition and needs an engine, it would just be a fun project. I like stuff like that. So it might not be a good car for profit, but it would just be a fun project. So I need to get the videos out. I need to sell these cars. The Subaru's still at the house. Girl was supposed to come look at it this weekend. She was supposed to get an insurance check. She messaged me last minute, said I didn't get my check. I'm not coming to look at it. A buddy of mine said he was gonna buy it. And this is the second time he told me he was gonna buy a car. And then he just goes like a no-show when it's time to pay. So I'm done with him. If he wants to buy it, he can come buy it, but I'm not bending over backwards to sell it to him. So Mercedes is ready for sale.
minus that little marker light I want to get in, and that camshaft plug, which should be here this week. We'll get that in. And I think I want to chop another marker light off. I see a couple Subarus that have side markers. Or did I chop one off of that black Subaru? I don't remember. I'm gonna go see what these plugs look like. Alright, so I'm done up here. I'm gonna go down to the domestic yard and see what they got down there. I want to take one more light plug. It's a little different than all these other ones I got. I only got 2 actually.
Can I be real honest with you? I don't think your driving's very good.
There must be cars here that they're going to add to the import lot. These are cars that are down here by the building. There's a newer Volkswagen. There's a nice Sentra. Special edition even. There's a nice Subaru. Yeah. There's a couple Priuses here. Several of them. I'm just going to see if I can find a corner lens socket while I'm down here. Just going to look around.
Look at this. Raced out Ford Focus. What?
Alright, so this Saturn looks like it's the closest thing to what I need. I'm pretty sure this one will work. I'm taking it. Well, I really broke the bank on this one. I got 3 marker light plugs with the bulbs and everything, and I got a dipstick. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was like hitting the lottery when I found that dipstick, because I looked online. You cannot find them. I looked for the earlier years. That's when they had them, from like 06 to 2012. They had a dipstick in them. In 13, the tube's still there, and it looks like the stick's still there, and you pull it out and the stick's not attached. So today I paid cash. You ready for this? $3.98. I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was worth it for me. Like, even the wet feet and all, it was well worth it. This isn't Copart. What is that doing out here? Look at that. Crunch. Crunchy crunch. I'm gonna have to look. I don't know if I went over this in a previous video or earlier in this video, but I did order the CVT fluid for this transmission, and it is I didn't go with Nissan. I was gonna get the Nissan fluid. It is like ridiculous. Lucas makes an equivalent. It has to be NS-3, and Lucas makes an equivalent, and it was actually reasonably priced until I had to pay for shipping, which was still cheaper than any other option. So I got Lucas CVT fluid. It was $29.99. There was a seller on eBay selling it, and that's for a gallon. $29.99, 4 quarts. So I ordered 2 gallons, which I'm still not sure if that's enough. I might need a little bit more than that. I got 2 gallons, so that came out to just under 60 bucks. The shipping came out to just under 50 bucks. So I have a little over $100 in fluid. If I was going to go the Nissan route, I would have had $200 to $250 in that much fluid. So, expensive fluid for a crappy transmission, why not? No, I'm going to use Lucas. Lucas makes good products. I trust him, so that's the route I'm going on this one. I might have to get something else mixed in with it, to top it off, because it's probably going to need, my luck, it's going to need 8.5 to 9 quarts, since I got 8 quarts. We'll see how it works out. There she is, boys. Still parked in the same spot. He's not going to be able to get to this right away, so this is going to be the end of the Nissan for probably a couple weeks. I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks I'm gonna give him. He has other work here, and I told him, you know, it's not like priority. It does need to get done within the next 3 months, but so this is gonna be the end of the Nissan. I'm sorry. It's also gonna be the end of the Mercedes. I just dropped my phone down under my seat, and it's like perfect. There's a little slide right here, and this phone comes out of your pocket and just right down in there. Anyway, so I don't really have any projects until I sell. I want to sell at least 2 vehicles. I would like the Mercedes and the Subaru to go before I start another project. And I know I always say this, but I don't have the room. I need to move vehicles. Tax season's here. I imagine they're gonna move here pretty quick. So I don't know about the Mercedes. I'm kind of iffy on it. I don't know if it's gonna sell or not right away. It might take a little while because it's gonna take a special buyer. They need to know how to drive a stick shift, and they gotta like Mercedes. And around here, Mercedes aren't that popular. And I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna do. It might sell right away. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's normally domestic vehicles around here that sell pretty quick. So, like the Malibu, gone. But that's probably going to be the end of this episode. In fact, yes, this is the end of this episode. So if you like this one, go check out some of my other videos. Hit the little bell, well, subscribe, then hit the little bell so you get notifications. Like my videos, and come back to check out some more ones later. So, peace out. See you next time.